we're outside Seventh-day Adventist Church on Cromwell Street in the very heart of Gloucester City. They have been doing soup kitchen for over 30 years, or approximately around 30 years. The soup kitchen is available to anybody in need on every Tuesday, every Thursday, and alternate Sunday. So we're going to go in and have a look how it's done and the community they serve. So come this way. Tell us who you are.
I'm Joyce Bennett, and Verita and myself, we run the kitchen. We've been doing it for 18 months now, about 18 months together as a joint venture.
Yeah, because you retired 18 months ago, didn't you?
Just before then, yes.
Yeah, so all right. But the soup kitchen has been going on for, we reckon, about 30 years now.
That's right, yes.
So it's your turn to take the mantle.
That's right. We've got the baton and we're running with it.
Yeah,
Yes,
brilliant.
yeah.
But tell me, I'm sure you don't cook the soup today.
No, the soup was cooked last night. So and then what happens is whatever Tesco donate to us is what we mainly use. Yeah.
Brilliant. So does it cost you any money from Tesco's?
No, because it's fair share organises that we can go and pick up at certain times and certain days from Tesco's, and that's what we mainly use. Although, saying that, the church has to support us because we're never quite sure what you're going to get from us. Sometimes you get abundance, and sometimes there's not that much. So the church supports us as well.
You might not be aware, but a few years back, Gloucester Community Building Collective gave the church a small grant for your allotment in Sainsbridge. And with that money, they bought a rotavator. Do you know, are you aware how that rotavator has helped or your gang of volunteers down at the allotment?
I'm not an allotment person. I don't go there. But I do know the reason why. I've got a very large garden and I cannot cope with another inch. So I cook the soup. But the allotment, what they were used to be doing for the rotavating, it's quite a big place. They used to depend on somebody else helping, and sometimes they were reluctant to help. So it's now they've got their own and they can get on and do it. So it's given them independence,
Giving them independence, and also hopefully you can sow your seed at the right time and maximize
waiting for somebody to help. No, I know Verita said it's just wonderful.
Excellent. I'm glad it came in handy. Can you share with us how many people have you served in our community here with your Tuesday, Thursdays and Sundays?
Well, I forgot the book actually. Well, on us, we make about 80 sandwiches. We always count the sandwiches, and many a times there's not one left. So yes.
Brilliant.
And on a Sunday, we count the because they all have a takeaway container, and we count the containers, and we normally put out about 80 and 70. I think one couple of times we've had about 90 odd people come through, and that was a frightening day because we kept on thinking, is there going to be enough food? Because you're not sure who's coming, you know?
No.
So you've got to.
So it must be quite worrying for you as well, how much to cater, how much to make?
Well, we make as much as that poor oven can take, containers, really big containers. But we've always got a pot of soup cooked or cooking.
Yeah.
So if the food is all gone, then there's some soup. They can have soup and bread or whatever.
And I also noticed you have some fresh produce laid out in the hall where everybody sits and eats.
Yeah.
Do they get taken?
Yes, they do. They do. They these are what's left over. We put whatever we don't use, say for soup, whatever. We put as much as we can in the freezers, and then what's left, we give it out. They can take what, and it's not just them. People from the community also come and take. Yeah. But then, saying that, Tesco's are quite. I like what I said before. You can have abundance. We've got an abundance of strawberries now. So much strawberries. But next week we might not have so much. But we're grateful.
Yeah, that's it, isn't it?
We are very grateful that they're able to give something back to the community.
We have to start jam making then, don't we?
I don't know how we're going to keep it.
Yeah, that's the only way of keeping the fresh
we
fruits,
freeze
isn't
them.
it?
We freeze
Oh,
it.
you freeze them?
We freeze it, and we do mix fruit crumble or cakes. Even
I'm coming here then when you do a
make
crumble.
cake.
All right, let me know, and I'll come here for a crumble.
Yes, you can come on Sunday because we're doing one on Sunday. Yeah.
Brilliant, thank you.
Okay.
Stories. I love stories.
Mm-hmm.
I love stories. I like to hear from you what great moments you come across, what stories you hear, what you experience yourself as well.
Okay. When I first started, it was just before the COVID had finished. I think
the lockdown.
20, and this gentleman was coming in. He said he'd had a job. He was an Eastern European gentleman, and he'd had a job, but because of the COVID, he had no job now. He had nowhere to live, and he was a very tall guy, very tall, about 6'5", and his height reminded me of my boys, because they're very tall as well. And we just felt so sorry for this guy, this very tall guy, and he was so hungry. So we gave him lots of food. We gave him food to take home. So, he had no home, you know, and he kept on coming. And then I remember saying to him, the springtime had started, and I said to him, listen, they have picking. Go down to, the job centre, and say to them, you would like to pick fruit, pick vegetables, pick anything. And he did, and he got a job. And he came back to tell us, and he came back with some fruits. We didn't see him for a couple of weeks, and he came back with a bag of fruits and potatoes. And he said he'd gone there, and they have sort of caravans, and they can stay there. So he had, and he was so grateful. He was working, and he was getting money. He said, it's not much, but I get money, and I've got somewhere. And he came in this week, actually. He came in this week, dressed nicely, and he just came, and he had some soup, and he said, thank you so much. Thank you for the support we gave him.
And that's very important, what you folks do. Not only do you feed, you also connect them to opportunities, don't you?
Yes.
Brilliant. So just tell me, what's your name?
My name's Ben.
Ben, how did you find this place?
Just word of mouth. There's a lot of people that I know that come here, and when I first found out, people said, how nice it is here, and how kind the people are, and that sort of thing. So I've been coming here for probably a couple of years now.
Brilliant. Is there something here that you think, a dish that one of the brothers done in the kitchen that you think, that was really good?
Oh, the soup. You're not getting any soup as good as what you get here.
Yeah?
Yeah, most definitely.
All freshly produced for you?
Yeah. Very nice.
I notice you've got some vegetables you're taking home.
Yeah. There's usually a lot of stuff that's donated that we can help ourselves to. So usually I get a few items on a Tuesday or a Thursday to take back. I'm in supported living, but I've got facilities there that I can cook. So yeah, I'm not sure where the donations come from, but they're there, and yeah, it's quite good.
So does that help you with your daily living then?
Yeah, it does. Yeah, you know, because it's not like I'm in supported living and I'm on benefits, unfortunately, due to circumstances. You know, and it helps. You know, there's 2 days in a week that I can come here and get bits and pieces to take home, and you know, it does me well. So
yeah, does you want, and it just help you, didn't it?
Helps me, yeah.
Brilliant, thank you. So tell me, what's your name?
Hello, I'm Scott.
Oh, Scott. Scott, how did you find this place?
Through some of the other people that attend.
So what did they say to you that sort of attracted you to this place?
That they put out a nice display of fresh food, they cook some nice soup, warm and welcoming, and don't be nervous, come on down.
Yeah, it's nice. And is there one particular soup that you really like?
When it's spicy.
When it's spicy,
Yeah.
so you like the hot, spicy?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
It's always delicious. Always delicious.
Oh, excellent. And tell me, how by coming here, do you come Tuesday, Thursdays and
Tuesday
Sundays?
and Thursday.
Tuesday and Thursday. So by coming here, how has that impact or improved your life?
It definitely helps because I'm on a low income,
Yeah.
and sometimes it is difficult, but they definitely take the pressure off that. And they're always warm and welcoming, so sometimes when I'm hungry and I'm feeling a bit down,
Yeah.
it lifts my mood a little bit.
Yeah. So you come in here for perhaps for some friendship as well, to talk to some people. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
And talk to lovely Joyce.
Yeah, all of the members.
Zuku. Yeah.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Sometimes get in their way, talk to them, and they're like, hello.
She said you don't get in the way. So thank you very much. Yeah.
And thanks.
Tell me, what's your name?
My name's Oliver.
Oliver. Oliver, whereabouts do you live?
I live in Treadworth.
In Treadworth. So you walked down here this morning?
Yes.
Yeah. How did you find this place?
I can't actually remember. I think I was told about it. A friend of mine told me about this place. I came along and yeah, I'm not actually 100%. I've been coming here for quite a few years now, which is a good thing, but also a bad thing in some ways. You know, the bad thing that I have to keep coming back here because the fact my financial situation is not very great, being unemployed and all that lot. But I'm very grateful for this place. As I said to Trevor, one of the staff volunteers here, as I was grateful already, if it weren't for this place, I'd probably have starving. So it keeps me going each time until my next payment, and then obviously when I get paid, I may not come here for a week or two because obviously I'm able to buy food. But then once that money's run out, I've run out of food, I come back here. I'm very grateful to the volunteers here.
Yeah, and it helps you, doesn't it? It ties you up.
Yeah,
You're not going to go out and go hungry.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know there are other places, but this place is quite literally a lifesaver. The meal, especially on the Sunday afternoon or the lunch on Sunday, being told of taking my food, it keeps me going practically for the rest of the day.
And then finally, what's your best dish that you like?
Got to be the sandwiches.
Gotta be the sandwiches. What flavour?
All of them. I always say that they always ask me because obviously mixed between the eggs, the tuna, the cheese, and I always say they always ask me which sandwich you want. I said I don't mind. I'll eat them all. I'll eat any type. I eat first. Rolls, sandwiches, whatever you got, I'll have it. I'm very grateful because the staff, you know, they give it their time. You know, it's like they're not doing this because they get paid for it. They're doing it out of the generosity of their heart.
You didn't know about the allotment here.
No, I didn't know.
Yeah, so would you be interested in maybe helping out at the
Yeah,
allotment?
as I said, I like it. My hands there. Pay my time back forward. I want to return the generosity and the favours that obviously these ladies and just always give it to me.
Yeah.
I say the ladies, it's mostly the ladies here. And they give it their time, they give it their generosity and help. So I would like to be able to pay back. Obviously, I would like to be able to give them money to help buy this, but I can't afford to live out of myself.
That's
so if I
fine.
could find a way of paying forward, yeah.
Yeah, so you pay indeed in your work way. So brilliant. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Please introduce yourself.
Hi, Karina. I'm Sugu Ngomo, and I volunteer here at the soup kitchen.
So why did you want to volunteer at the soup kitchen?
Mine was primarily faith-driven because there's this one verse in the Bible where God says that if you don't love people who are around you and you say you love Him and yet you've never seen Him, that you're not being honest. And so we need to love each other the way that He loves us. And so he impressed on me, and I became very, it's not like I'm like this good person, and it's because God challenged me to say, you've got to love people. And so that love, He opened my eyes to the fact that people are lovable, and that sometimes when people are behaving in a manner where they seem like they're not lovable, it's because maybe hurting people hurt people, or people are just been through so much that they're overwhelmed or they're burnt out and they just can't even do things for themselves. They can't even think straight sometimes. They can't even do the simplest task for themselves because, they're just overwhelmed and they just need a hand.
Yeah, so with that background, I can hear you empathize with our residents here that are most needy. Can you tell us, other than providing food and making the sandwiches, which I've seen you doing it, what else do you offer? What sort of support do you offer to them?
So as I was saying about how they just can't do the simplest things, sometimes they just need someone to listen to them. So sometimes even just sitting and listening to them, they like that. They'll just come and tell you something, and sometimes you can't immediately do anything. You can just listen. And then sometimes you will make suggestions that, there is a way out. Would you like to have help to see what maybe you could do about this? What can be done to help you? Because there actually is help. And sometimes people aren't actually aware of how to access help and what help is available for them, or what options they actually have. Or, like they maybe just too stressed out to even think about it. Sometimes you really have to encourage them. So it's almost like you have to develop a friendship in the sense that they have to see you. They see you today, they see you another day, they see you another day. But so you have to look past a lot of things and just maybe focus on certain things, because sometimes by the time people get to the stage where they're at when we meet them, they've got a lot of things going on. So you have to pick one thing that you can address first. But sometimes there might be something you want to address and they're not ready for that. So you have to, it's give and take, work with what they're willing to work on and work at their pace. You can't work any faster than what they're willing to work at. But after some time, because we've been doing this for a few years, and after some time, you hear results, you see things, and sometimes we have to celebrate when someone stops coming to the service, because now they're able to stand on their own 2 feet. And sometimes people will come back and say, I want to give back. I think it's encouraging, because you might think, there's so much need. But when you see even 1 or 2 people progressing, it's very encouraging.
So what would you ask people maybe who's got some spare time to come and do and support your project here?
Yes, we always need volunteers, and they don't have to volunteer for the entire duration of the day, because we do start at 10 a.m. and we finish, the service users, they leave at 12, but we have cleaning as well. So I'd say we leave about 1 or 2 o'clock, depending on how much work needs to be done after. So we need all sorts of volunteers. We need greeters, people who can just say hello to people and just keep people calm, keep people, just talking, chatting to people. People really love getting to know new people and being known. They love to be listened to. We also have sandwich preparation. We have a lot of fresh food that is brought to us. We could even use drivers, because we're picking up food. We're also getting rid of food, you know, like maybe if we've cooked or if we're prepping, we've got all these fruit and vegetables to get rid of. We've got boxes that need to be recycled. We've got a lot of recycling. We try to recycle as much as we can. So we need help with all those sort of things. And even if a person can be available for like half an hour, we're like really grateful. We have people donate clothing. We need that sorted out. We need just the environment kept clean. So things like that, we just need help with, like everything that you can think of. We'd be very grateful.
Brilliant. Thank you very much for all you do.
Oh, thank you for supporting us as well.
So Joyce, if there was one thing you can say to anybody that could help you to fund your project, because I know you need money to run this place, and you did say earlier that the church help out, and also I do know from Verita that you could do with some replacements of stuff in the kitchen as well, and maybe a bit of modernizing to the kitchen. So what would you say to the potential funders and to the people that fund you before? What would you say to them?
One of the things I would say, and all the other ladies and gentlemen I just spoke to said, thank you. We thank you for your support, for everything you have given us, for the fundings, because we would not be able to have a kitchen like what we have today. Many a times there's about 80 people coming through, and we're able to offer them warm food. We offer them support also, housing. We've had people staying in this church in the foyer because they were vulnerable young women. So to continue, we need your support. We need financial. We need the kitchen at the moment is okay for a ordinary. But we've now come into like an industrial kitchen we need, because the pots are so big we're using and the containers are so large we're using. So yes, we need your support. We need, because we are a Christian community and we have to care for our community.
Brilliant.